The second method is again the simple one. We have already discussed this in our previous chapter, alcohols. So we are going to synthesize carboxylic acids from primary alcohols or aldehydes. Look at this. So here what we do is that we are already aware of this fact that primary alcohols, let's take a fantastic example first. CH3OH is a primary alcohol. We know very well what's a primary alcohol. The OH is attached to a primary carbon atom. A primary carbon atom, once again I'm telling you, is that carbon atom which has just got one neighboring carbon atom. In this case it has got 0 neighboring carbon atoms. Still we are going to call it as a primary carbon atom. Alright, so this is the primary alcohol, and if I oxidize this with a strong oxidizing agent like potassium permanganate, same way, remember this reagent is quite important for our board exam, so we should not be forgetting this at any point of time. So KMnO4 oblique H2SO4 also you can remember. Alright, so it's not a big challenge for you to do this. K2Cr2O7 dot H2SO dash H2SO4 also is a simple one. So any of these you can remember in exam. The point is that if I use alkaline KMnO4, that I'll be not getting the direct answers, I'll be getting the salt. So I'll have to carry out the second step, that is acidification in the second step. So this is a two-step process if you use alkaline KMnO4 technique. So that's not a very interesting one. So this was the first reagent I'm going to use. I can use that, I can use this, I can use CrO3 plus H2SO4. This is also a very good combination. I can use this method. Now this complete thing is called as Jones reagent. It's there in your textbook. Just open your books, it is mentioned at one place. So this is Jones reagent. This is also a very powerful oxidizing agent. So these were some of the common oxidizing agents which I'm going to use. And if I focus on these reagents, like wherever I'm using an acid, like I'm using CrO3 H2SO4, or I'm using K2Cr2O7 H2SO4, so acidified technique is not going to be a good method in the present scenario because I'll get a salt first. So what will happen to the alcohol when I oxidize it? I'll remove the hydrogen first, alpha hydrogen atom, and the hydroxyl hydrogen atom. So in the first step I'll be getting an aldehyde. So look at this, you have removed the hydrogens, 2 hydrogens. Okay, now you don't have to show this step in the exam, I'm just showing you the step. But finally, actually what you get when you oxidize this is acid. You get an acid. So this was my point. And remember one thing, that if I want to synthesize acids from alcohols, I won't prefer this technique of acidified KMnO4. This is a question for our exam, because we get an acid over here. Okay, look at this, we get an acid over here, and in the test tube there was an alcohol also. Some alcohol might have remained unreacted. So what will happen with the moment the initial molecules of acids are formed, they are just going to react immediately with the alcohols, and as a consequence we are going to get ester. So are we looking for ester? Of course not. We are wanting carboxylic acid. I want 100% carboxylic acid to be formed here. So this method is not a preferred method. Acidified oxidation is not a preferred method for the preparation of carboxylic acids, because we get some amount of ester also, and therefore the yield or the whole produce of the carboxylic acid is not going to be very high. It is going to be very less. So which method am I going to use now in this case? I'm going to use the alkaline KMnO4 method. So over here I think so I've written by mistake. So I must write alkaline KMnO4. So this method I'm going to use here, alkaline KMnO4 method, because here I'll be getting, in the first step when you react the alcohol with the alkaline KMnO4, you'll be of course getting an aldehyde first, and finally the aldehyde will get converted to salt, isn't it? It is not going to get converted to acid. So this salt will be not very reactive towards esterification reaction, so it will crystallize out rather as a salt. Let's say it's going to come out as a solid PPT, so there will be no chance of getting esterified. So this is the point, children. We are going to get lots of suppose I started with 100 grams of this reactant, I'm going to get almost 100 grams of my salt, and which on further acidification is going to give back the parent carboxylic acid. So this was a 1 mark question for my exam, that which method is the best method. So alkaline KMnO4 is the best method because it forms the salt first, which can be acidified to give you the carboxylic acid. Acidified technique is not good because it gives me not only acid but some amount of ester, so it is going to cause loss of my carboxylic acid. What is Jones reagent? This is Jones reagent, CrO3 plus H2SO4. So this was the method. I'm sure you have understood. From alcohols you can get acids, from aldehydes you can get acids. That was the second method. Let's go to the third method now. So in the third method we will see how to produce carboxylic acids from nitriles. Look at this. I'll not be wasting time, directly coming to the reaction. Let's take an example. This is one of the reactants, one of the nitriles. Let's understand how to name this. We all know, look at this. So 2 carbon containing, so naturally ethane, and then just write nitrile. Alright, so simple is this, ethane nitrile. If asked in the exam, we can write down, and its common name is going to be this compound, this part you have to write down in the common name, that is methyl, and then you have to write cyanide. So this is common name. If in exam they ask you a question that treat ethane nitrile with so and so, you must understand what's the structure of methane nitrile. Very simple. Look at this. We are just going to add water in the presence of acid, which will act as a catalyst. So in the first step we are going to get CH3 CONH2. This is the first step, and naturally if we continue further, which is called as complete hydrolysis, we will be getting CH3 C double bond OH plus ammonia also coming out over here naturally. The mechanism is not a part of your 12th standard, of course, but definitely let's look at the mechanism. It's so simple. What happens is when you react this with water, the OH minus of the water is there and the H plus of water is there. So what happens to the OH minus now? The OH minus is going to be negative. It attacks the carbon which is positive, and the delocalization of electron takes place. Nobody is going to ask you the mechanism, but just if you are interested, you can have a look at it. If not, just leave this part. All right. So CH3OH, and look at this, double bonds are still there, isn't it? And this bond is going here, so it becomes a negative sign. So that negative attracts this H plus, so we can just write it like this. Then it just undergoes rearrangement. Look at this. So we can just shift this here, we can shift this here. When this thing happens, we get this CH3 C double bond NH2. So we get amide. So ethane nitrile gets converted into ethane amide, and then ethane amide will undergo further hydrolysis. When it undergoes further hydrolysis, the OH minus and the H plus of water are there in the test tube. So the OH minus is going to attack the positive C double bond O, and the NH2 minus goes out. The NH2 minus and the H plus will come out as NH3, and we'll be getting CH3COH. So this is the first point we have understood. And same way, whatever they give in exam, you can definitely write down the products. It's simple. Like for example, this one is again an important compound. It's called as benzonitrile. Alright, so this benzonitrile, if you are subjecting to hydrolysis, under complete hydrolysis by heating it with water and little bit of acid, so first step may get benzamide, but last going to get benzoic acid. So this is the way you are going to write down in the exam the points. They're very simple. Benzonitrile gives you benzoic acid, propane nitrile gives you propanoic acid, butane nitrile gives you butanoic acid, and so on. So that was the third simple method, hydrolysis. Let's go to the fourth method. So we are covering up the part from the textbook itself, just the way your teachers might have been taking the class. So the same, it's nothing different, just that it's a revision for you.